Alright guys, I'm back here with part 8 of my CGC comic book tour. Only 2 books this time, but that's alright because it's 2 big key books from the Silver Age Marvel style. So let's see what I got to show. First book is Strange Tales number 135, 9.4 with white pages. Now this is a big key book because it is the first appearance of that man right there, Nick Fury as the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it is also the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the criminal organization Hydra, which you see a member right there. But for whatever reason, they don't note either of them on the cover. On the notes it just says first appearance of Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but this also is the first appearance of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agency and the Hydra organization. So pretty important key book. And this features a very nice Jack Kirby cover. Jack Kirby's done some of the best covers for Marvel in the Silver Age. He does phenomenal work, hence why he's called Jack the King Kirby, and this is just another nice example of that. I like the layout of this cover. It's kind of like kind of like a half and half cover, where you got on the bottom you got there Nick Fury, and then on top you have the Hydra, one of the members of Hydra, and then you have the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo right over there. So I like how the layout of this this front cover is. So I'll show you. We'll see how good the camera picks it up. This is not the best of cameras, so you're not going to get perfect quality, but I'll do my best. I am an amateur. Alright. And we'll see how the back of the book looks. And this has the way I like the backs of my comics. Bone white. And the back's really void of any defects. No tanning, no creasing. Very nice, very nice. And then there's the art advertisement that you're accustomed to seeing on Silver Age Marvels. But I think you can see through this how nice and white the back is. So it's always a plus to have a back that has eye appeal. Even if it's not the front cover, you don't want the back looking nasty. Alright, back to this very nice front cover. And oh, speaking of Fury, this is the first appearance of him as, like I said, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but he actually appeared as Sergeant Fury in a 1963 book, 2 years prior to this 1965 book, when it was Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, and that was set during World War II, and it followed his tales there as a sergeant with his platoon. So 2 years after that, the espionage and the spy stuff hit big with James Bond films. There was a show called I believe it's called A Man from U.N.C.L.E., and that was in comic books as well. So they decided to take Sergeant Fury and make him into the eye patch wearing, gun toting spy Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. that everyone's familiar with. You know, the Nick Fury that you saw in the movies. So, oh, and speaking of the movies, this book is well, actually, what do you call it? S.H.I.E.L.D. There is a S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show in production, and that's supposed to come out, get picked up. They're doing a pilot right now, and I think it should be on TV in the fall. That's going to be produced by Joss Whedon, who did the Avengers movies, so he's got a good track record with TV shows. And when that television series hits, I expect the price of this to jump, just kind of like how Walking Dead TV show had a big impact on issue number 1. I expect there to be a good price increase in this. Oh, and at 9.4, it's the third highest graded, but barely, because there's about 7 or 8 9.6s, and there's only one 9.8 that's been graded so far, which is from the Pacific Coast Pedigree copy. So, very happy to have this book in my collection. And I got one more book that I think you're really going to like, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan. And any Spider-Man fan knows exactly what this book is. Let's see. Can you tell? Can you tell? Now you know what it is. It's Amazing Spider-Man 14 in a 9.6 with white pages. Now just soak that in. I said that correct. Amazing Spider-Man 14, 9.6. This is the highest graded copy on the census. And this is a big key because it is the first appearance of the Green Goblin, who is also Norman Osborn. And there's a Hulk appearance in here, and then also appearance by the Enforcers. So, I'll just read it. It says, first appearance of the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, Enforcers appearance, and it's a first meeting of the Hulk and Spider-Man. And this is a cover done by Steve Ditko, arguably one of the best artists ever on the Spider-Man run. Him and John Romita are usually thought of as 1A, 1B, however you want to put them in whatever order. They're thought of as the two best artists that have ever drawn Spider-Man. So, you can see this is a very, very nice looking cover. I like the layout of it. I like that menacing looking Green Goblin there. And there you see he's on that old broomstick before he got the Goblin glider. So that's what he rode on in his first appearance before, I believe in his next appearance, he had the kind of looking Goblin glider that people are familiar with. So we'll turn this over, check the back out. And this is just another very nice all white background. No defects on this back at all. Let you check that out. And there's the that same art advertisement. Alright, back to the front. And to say I'm more than happy with this copy would be an understatement. The colors, I don't know how good the camera picks it up, but the cover gloss on this is phenomenal. You can see the yellows, very nice, not dirty or worn looking colors. The reds on this are great. They are very, very heavy with color. As you see, Spider-Man, the dark blues, the reds, and then the Goblin, you got the purple, the green. I mean, I love the way the color saturation on this book is. High cover gloss on this book. And this is easily the most expensive and best Silver Age book I have in my collection from any publisher, and one of the most expensive comic books in my collection. So look at that, 9.6. There are no higher graded copies on the census. And now it's not impossible to get 9.8s on books from 63 or 64. I know Amazing Spider-Man number 5, which has a Doctor Doom appearance, there is a 9.8, and I believe that's like, I want to say middle 1963. So, it's not impossible to see a 9.8 in a book from 63, 64, but for whatever reason, as popular as this book is, there has not been one to hit the 9.8 mark on the census. So, and they've cast Norman Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. Don't know yet if he's going to show up as a Green Goblin or not, but if he does, and when he does, he will. I expect another price increase on this book, just like the Strange Tales. I expect a nice hike in price, and especially if this stays the highest graded on the census, I can see a nice return on this book if I turn around and sell it. So that is gonna do it for this little section. We got Strange Tales 135, first Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. 9.4. Amazing Spider-Man 14, first appearance of the Green Goblin in 9.6. That'll wrap up this section. I still have more books to show. I'm doing a lot of buying, so you know there's still good stuff coming. So come back and see what I got next time.